Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Here I will explain how to review Lab 5. Prepare one laptop, 3 Ethernet cables, and 3 router boards. Number 1. I have set IP router. This IP router is used only for internet access, which will later spread internet access to the router server and router client. Number 2. Set router 1. Login Winbox application, then connect using MAC address router 1. Next, give identity on router 1 with the following command. Next, connect to the internet using a LAN cable on router 1 with the following command. Next, type the command IP DHCP client print. You can see here that the status is bound, meaning the internet is connected. Next, add the IP firewall not masquerade so that client router 1 gets internet access. Next, type the command IP firewall not print to see the configuration result. Then verify by pinging, and you can see here the result is TTL, meaning the internet is running. Next, add IP DNS Google with the following command. Next, type the command IP DNS print to see the configuration result. Next, activate the Roman feature so that when configuring you don't need to switch cables. Next, click the Interfaces menu. Here we can see the Roman interface used on the Ether4 interface. Connect router 1 and router 2 via LAN cable using the Ether4 interface. Number 3. Set router 2. Then connect using MAC address router 2. Next, give identity on router 2 with the following command. Next, activate the Roman feature so that when configuring you don't need to switch cables. Next, click New Winbox. Select Connect to Roman. Then connect using MAC address router 1. Next, click Maximize. Next, add a security profile for access point router 1 according to the topology with the following command. Next, click Wi-Fi interfaces. Then enable WLAN 1. Next, add an access point to router 1 according to the topology with the following command. Next, add a mesh interface according to the topology with the following command. Next, add a mesh interface for the laptop client direction on router 1 according to the topology with the following command. Next, add mesh port to the interface WLAN 1 and to the mesh Siapina mesh. Next, add the IP address for the Siapina mesh and bridge mesh interfaces according to the topology with the following command. Next, click the wireless menu, then double-click VLAN 1, select the WDS tab, then fill in the WDS mode to static mesh and the default WDS bridge point to Shapina mesh. Next, click Windows plus right arrow to create two screens. Next, add the security profile of access point router 1 to router 2 with the following command. Next, click Wi-Fi interfaces, then enable VLAN 1. Then double-click VLAN 1. Next, connect router 2 to access point router 1 according to the topology with the following command. Next, add a mesh interface according to the topology with the following command. Next, add mesh port to the interface VLAN 1 and to the mesh Shapina mesh. Next, click the wireless menu, then double-click VLAN 1 and select the WDS tab, then fill in the WDS mode to static mesh and the default WDS bridge point to Shapina mesh. After that, add the VLAN 1 MAC address from router 2 to VLAN 1 on router 1 with the following command. Likewise, on router 2, add the VLAN 1 MAC address from router 1 to router 2 VLAN 1 with the following command. Verify by seeing that the slave interface is running slave active on both routers. Next, click the Mesh menu, then select the Ports tab, and here we can see we will get ports dynamically on both routers. Next, check the VLAN registration table on router 2 and we can see here that the MAC address of the router 1 access point has been detected. Then request the DHCP client on router 2 with the following command. Okay, the status shall be bound. Next, we first check the DHCP server of router 1. Then it turns out that here we forgot to add the DHCP server for that we added it. And you can see here that the status has become bound, meaning the internet connection is connected. Then check the IP address table and you can see here that you have got a dynamic IP. Then check the DHCP server lists table for router 1 and you can see here that client router 2 has entered. Then also check the VLAN registration table for router 1 and you can see here that router 2's client MAC address is connected. Next, create a virtual access point on router 2 according to the topology with the following command. Next, add the IP address for the VAP teacher access point with the interface used by VAP teachers with the following command. Then create a DHCP server and point it to the VAP teacher interface 2 with the following command. Next, on the new terminal menu, verify the internet first by pinging. And you can see here the result will be TTL, which means the internet is running. Next, add the IP firewall not masquerade so that the VAP teacher access point client can get internet access. Next, type the command IP firewall not print to see the configuration result. Next, connect your laptop and handphone to the VAP teacher access point. Here we can see that the laptop has internet access and the VAP teacher access point is also running because there is already a client logged in. Next, check the DHCP server releases table and the VLAN registration table. Here we can see that the laptop and handphone clients have been detected. Next, we register the MAC address of the laptop client as a client access list on router 2 according to the topology. Next, check the access list table. Here we can see that the MAC address of the laptop client is registered on the router 2 access list. Then, because only the MAC address listed in the access list can connect, uncheck the default authenticate option on the VAP teacher access point. Next, try reconnecting the handphone client to the VAP teacher access point. So here we can see that the handphone cannot connect because only clients that have been registered on the access list can connect. Next, click Maximize on router 1. Next, set a static route on router 1 so that the router and client can connect to each other according to the topology with the following command. Here we can see the status AS, meaning the gateway we have registered is correct. Next, verify routers or clients are connected to each other. So here we can see the replay or TTL result, which means the routers or clients are connected to each other. Next, login router 2 on desktop login, then click Maximize. Next, verify routers or clients are connected to each other. So here we can see the replay or TTL result, which means the routers or clients are connected to each other. So much from me. Thanks. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.